Black sitcoms has always been a staple in African American households through the 1970s to the 2000s. They were reflections of the issues black viewers faced and represented what the community aspired to. Now, through the 1980s and 90s, we've seen so many comedians star in their own sitcoms, such as Bill Cosby in The Cosby Show, Martin Lawrence in Martin, Will Smith in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Monique and the Parkers, D.L. Hughley, Bernie Mac of The Bernie Mac Show, and many more. On November 14, 2001, Bernie Mac Show entered our households for 5 years straight as we watched and laughed as Bernie and his TV wife, Wanda, played by Kalita Smith, raised his sister's 3 kids, Vanessa, Jordan, and Brianna. Watching Bernie adjust to parenthood and threaten to bust kids to the white meat shows was hilarity in itself. The award-winning show ended in 2006, 2 years before Bernie Mac passed away from complications of sarcoidosis. The series has earned a Peabody Award, the Humanities Prize, and an Emmy. Now, the show is loosely based on Mac's life, which followed comedian Bernie Mac as he struggled to care for his sister's 3 children, Vanessa, played by Camille Winbush, Jordan, played by Jeremy Suarez, and Brianna, played by Dee Dee Davis, with the help of his loving but nonsense wife, Wanda. Now, Larry Wilmore, who is the creator of the PJs and Living Color, he was watching a show called 1900 House where he had cameras in the house and people had to act like it was 1900. Now, he thought it was fascinating. He wanted to do something different than a normal 3-camera sitcom. So when he saw the Kings of Comedy and was so struck by Bernie's attitude and his jokes, he thought like, wow, this would be an interesting story to put in his framework. Now, he made it about this guy whose sister is on drugs. He has to take care of her kids. He developed in a little bit and pinched it to Bernie, and the rest is history. It has been over 22 years since the show premiered, and the question is, where are they now? Brianna Tompkins, played by Dee Dee Williams, is the youngest child and half-sister of Jordan and Vanessa. Brianna is a friendly little girl who is sweet, innocent, and quite naive, though she's more vicious, bratty, and obnoxious as the series progresses. Now, Brianna is her uncle's favorite, although he loves all 3 of them, quote unquote, at first, but starts to lose this. Brianna is playful and always trusts her Uncle Bernie. So Brianna is always known for attacking her older brother, and in 2004, Williams won the Best Artist Award for her role in the show. Now, when the show came to an end in April 2006, the actors were ready to move on to other projects, but Miss Dee Dee, who had already appeared in other series such as House and Strong Medicine, was ready to take a break. Her role as Brianna earned her a nomination at the NAACP Awards, but she wanted to low-key focus on school and she disappeared from the spotlight for a decade. Not even in Bernie Mac's passing in 2008 brought Dee Dee out of her hiatus. Now, she resurfaced a decade later with surprising news for her fans on social media. She was expecting her first child in 2017 with her husband, Smokey Lee Jackson, and the couple now has 2 beautiful kids and share their pictures on Instagram. Now, Jordan Tompkins was one of the most memorable characters from the show, mainly because he's super mischievous and always getting into something. But as time flew by, he became tougher and joins the wrestling team. During his time on the show, Jeremy Suarez has been nominated for multiple awards for Best Actor at the Young Artists Awards and the NAACP Awards, and also did voiceovers for movies such as Big Brother and Big Brother 2. Now, Jeremy Suarez is another actor who did not really do too much after the Bernie Mac show. I mean, he did a couple voiceovers such as King of the Hill, and he voiced the Puppet in the Night commercials. But today, Jeremy is 31 years old and happily married and continues to act in independent films. And according to him, he feels truly blessed. Now, Camille Winbush is which is personally one of my favorites, characters. Now, she played Vanessa, aka Nessa, and was the oldest one out the 3. Now, I have always related to Vanessa because I felt like that I am the oldest out of three kids. We lived with our aunt and uncle for many years, and I was doing that little rebellious phase. So I always had like some type of connection to her. Now, like I said, she was always the one who was trying to be too grown. She also had pressure on her because she was the eldest. She had to take on the caretaker role for her little brother and sister. Now, like many teenagers, during the series, her attitude did get better, and she started getting along with Bernie and began preparing for college. During her run on the show, Winbush earned numerous award nominations for her role, winning 3 NAACP Image Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series and a Young Award for Best Performance in a TV Series, Comedy Drama, in 2006. Now, some of her roles after the show included The Secret Life of American Teenager, Issa Rae series The Choir, and the 2018 film Everything But a Man. She also has done voiceover work. Now, currently, the charming star has managed to attract over 430K fans on Instagram, and also recently the actress made a controversial announcement about joining OnlyFans, which many people assume she did because she needed money. Now, she defended herself, saying that she made the account because she wanted to, not because she needed it. She went on to assure her fans that she definitely did not need to call Tyler Perry for a job, nor did her announcement make Bernie Mac turn over in his grave. Now, ultimately, she said that she just wanted to start living for her. Many fans were quick to back her up over this huge social media debate because, Twitter got into it back and forth and claimed that there was no need to throw Bernie Mac name in these discussions. Grow up. Now, Wanda McCullough, who is played by Kalita Smith, is Bernie's caring wife, who is actually the VP for AT&T. Now, she loves raising the kids for Bernie, and she was quote unquote the nice parent. All through her patience was tested with the kids. Whenever Bernie is on 1,000, she tries her best to leaven out the situation. And in my honest opinion, I felt like that she was good, but clearly she played more of a background character to Bernie. So, after the Bernie Mac show ended, Kalita appeared in a couple of films, but then dove back into the TV series The First Family. She played the First Lady for a few years, earning another acting award, and then got another lead role on the series Z Nation. Now, Kalita also worked on the series In the Cut from 2015 through 2020. Now, if you don't know, Kalita is also a comedian, just not a sitcom star. And an interesting fact about Kalita is, although she plays Bernie Mac's wife and adopted mom to his nieces and nephew, in real life, Kalita doesn't appear to have any kids, nor married. And she's pretty much very close when it comes to her personal life. But her social media sometimes does hint of close relationships with her real niece and other family members. Now, the star of the show and the show's main character, Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac's role is pretty much based on his life. Now, Bernie uses tough love parenting tactics, and he can be both strict and comical. He narrates the series, and between scenes, he talks to the audience by addressing them as America. Now, although he loved 3 of the kids, you already know that his favorite is Brianna, which he called baby girl, because she's the youngest. And he finds himself going back and forth with Vanessa because of her attitude. Bernie Mac had roles such as Bad Santa and Head of State. He also has starring roles such as Mr. 3000, Guess Who, which is a remake film of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Now, after the Bernie Mac show, he was having very much success as a popular film actor, starring in an appearance in the 2007 Transformers as a car salesman. And right before he passed, he was filming Madagascar, Escape to Africa, and also, which is one of his last films, the 2008 musical comedy Soul Man. Now, his final film role was as Jimmy Lunchbox in the 2009 film Old Dogs, which was released a year after his death. Now, in the final 4 years of his life, Mac publicly disclosed that he had sarcoidosis, a disease of an unknown organ that causes inflammation in the tissue, so it basically attacked his lungs. He was very open about this his final years, And on July 19, 2008, he was admitted to the hospital in his hometown of Chicago, and after being treated in the ICU for 3 weeks, Bernie Mac went into cardiac arrest and died on the early mornings of August the 9th from complications of the disease. Rest in peace, Bernie. It was such a sad time. I remember when I was a teenager and just hearing him, hearing the news, and our family was sad because we grew up on Bernie Mac, right? But at the end of the day, this is just my final commentary. Bernie Mac was a legendary show. When you think of Bernie Mac, you think of all the. Bernie Mac was low key one of the last of the comedian sitcoms at that time, because it was really a legendary show. And Bernie Mac would have really, really, really been that guy. And I just wish I really had the chance to meet him. The show was amazing. It was great storylines and morals, and it really taught me a lot. I really connected with that show, growing up as a troubled kid and a teenager, and who just had a really rough life. So kudos to Bernie Mac for that. But guys, I would love to know your thoughts and comments on the Bernie Mac show. What fact surprised you all the most, and what are your thoughts on the show as a whole? Let me know in the comments, and let's go ahead and get that discussion going. Until next time. Hey, what's up guys? It's Josiah's World TV. Now, if you like this video, make sure you click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be notified when I post more videos. Bye bye.